mine had closed down, what had happened, what basically saved the town of Bisbee, is this group of artists came into town, group of hippies on a bus, slept here, woke up the next day and thought, wow, this could be a really cool art community. One of the hippies on the bus, one of the artists was named Ben Dale. This is his work, The Gate and the Angels. He has more angels around the fence. This was at one time his residence. He was a school teacher also. What's really cool about it is that now another school teacher lives here.
Is that one haunted too?
I don't know if that's haunted, but the next place I'm taking you to, I do not like.
Oh.
I actually get these headaches.
Oh yeah.
I get nauseated. And I think one day something's going to shove me down some stairs. So be ready to
we're getting out. Okay.
I have heard that this place was basically, okay, let me start from the beginning. Basically, the Copper Queen, it was built for the politicians, your executives. The schematics of this place, you would think it was built for the gods.
Oh.
One of our other tour guides had actually found this and did the research on this place. She's gone down to the Treasurer's Department trying to find out who owns it. We can't find out who. We have another lady who has studied the paranormal activity. We're in the process of doing ghost lock-ins with ghost hunts at night. She's called probably 1,000 times and no one has ever called her back. This is the Warner Hotel. It started being built in 1898. They got done with what they got done with in 1908. The story here is the gentleman who had first started building it, he had a crew working. Ooh, I'm losing my breath. He had a crew working here. And the guy's job, he was doing some work in the door frame. Something forcibly took the hammer, the claw in, and then embedded it into his skull. Killed him instantly. They close up shop, he locks up, comes back the next day, it's wide open. So he buys another locking mechanism. Comes back the next day, it's open again. So he buys the sliding locking mechanism. Comes back the next day, it's opened again. So he puts the bars up on the door and decides to sell it. The second gentleman who buys it, he has a crew working inside. He has his 19-year-old nephew working with him. The only job the kid has to do is tell him how the layout of the floor goes. Kid has no tools, nothing on him. Something actually lifts him up in the air and slams him down at the end of the first floor. Killed him instantly. They closed up shop. Lasted about 3 years. He decides to come back and do some more work, not on the inside, but on the outside. You've got your fence railing right up here, and then it has slats. Everything was in place, everything was tight. The only job this gentleman has to do is torque it down. He gets to right here behind the light where there's no slats, where, I don't know where the window is, that window just next to the scaffolding. That piece gives away and he impales to his death on these rocks right here. It has its private entrance. Somebody, I don't know if this is accurate, but someone has told me that they were building this for the Warner film industry. I do not know how accurate that is. Silent films, turn of the century, yeah, it kind of makes sense, but is it just the name that they're saying that? I don't know. We are still researching some more. We've been up here with ghost equipment. The lady that has studied the paranormal, she would ask questions and she was getting nothing. But when I would ask questions, it was actually trying to communicate. The best way I can explain this place, if hell had a portal, it would be here. I'm thinking that when they built it, you know, this is Apache land. This is Tombstone Canyon. A lot of sacred ground. A lot of sacred ground. I don't know when they built it, if they actually woke something up that they shouldn't have. It's never open for business. Private entrance.
So they've never been able to actually get a functioning building
Right.
yet.
Hi, babies! What are you doing, love? Happy New Year, hon.
Where's he going?
Home. There's some houses over on the left. There's a young gentleman when I first started training. He was a teenager here. They own the house over there.
Oh.
There's a bunch of houses. These stairs will lead to other stairs, will lead to other stairs,
Oh.
to other stairs. And you can climb all over Bisbee.
Yeah, I
in
can tell
stairs.
everything's up on the hillside.
All right? And it's weird because you can do a couple staircases and then you're in a whole different area of town.
Huh. But
He lived here.
anybody that's tried to build here has had trouble, huh?
Exactly. It's kind of scary. I've gotten pictures of a demon on my private camera in this window. Last night we got faces. We've gotten orbs and rods here. We've gotten rods on the outside here. It's kind of freaky.
Yep.
But I mean, back in the day, in the 1890s, early 1900s, can you imagine what they actually intended this place to be? Your own private entrance. Like I said, if you looked at the schematics, you would see it was for the gods.
What now? When you say that, what do you mean? Like the schematics?
Just the way they have it. I mean, the courtyard. I mean, it was like a membership. You could only certain people. The politicians wouldn't have been able to afford it.
Really? So
Yeah,
it would have been
it's
like for
very nice.
the uber elite.
Uber elite.
Oh. Now, none of that actually was built, though, huh?
No.
It's just all on blueprints.
Well, no, there's some of it at the inside. I don't know what all they have left because we haven't been able to go in yet.
Who owns the keys to it now?
Whoever has that phone number on the for sale sign, I would assume.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It'd be neat to find out, and I don't think I'd want to go in though.
Send somebody else in with a camera.
Yeah, see, right now my eyes, right behind my eyes, I had this piercing, stabbing pain.
What are these doors?
These are actual doors that went to, this was it a Woolworth? I think Woolworth was down more. I'm not sure, to be honest.
Department store?
Possibly. There was something of
Load-in
importance
doors or-
here.
Huh.
They're actually copper doors, I believe. I'm not sure if it was the Woolworth building, but I think the Woolworth was, it might have been the department doors.
So do you think that there was some kind of occult activity taking place in that building, or intended to be in that building? Or?
I know probably in the late 70s, early 80s, there was a lot of devil worshiping in Cochise County.
Oh, yeah?
A lot.
Oh, yeah?
A lot.
In the whole county?
In the whole county. Yes.
In the early 1900s?
Not in the late 1900s. Mid 80s.
Oh, 80s? 70s, 80s?
70s, 80s, 90s. I'd say.
After the hippies moved
Yeah.
in?
From this point on, up until the Castle Rock, they actually blew up the mountain with dynamite to stop the fire reaching the end of Castle Rock.
There's a bat symbol.